Focus Techno.
Danger, danger, danger.
The best events, news, podcasts, and interviews of techno music.
Hola amigos de Focus Techno, estamos aquí con Orlando Solís, mejor conocido como Submerge. Hello Orlando, hello Submerge.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, what about you?
I'm great. As you can see, I just woke up from a nap, but I'm doing great.
That's perfect. First of all, I want to know, how do you feel about being here in Mexico?
I am actually really excited about being here, especially because it's pretty much my heritage, and this is a place that I have wanted to play for a very long time. I mean, I've only come vacationed here, but more than anything, I've always wanted to perform here and really play. I just feel that it was something that I was meant to do.
Well, that's really cool. We want to know a little bit about Chicago. Can you tell us about how the techno music scene in Chicago is going?
Actually, the music scene in Chicago, or the techno music scene right now, is growing rapidly. There has been a few events I have done there, and they're called transmissions. The last event that I had there was with Devious One. I do that event with Angel Alanis and Compressor. We also had a friend come down by the name of Jason Shelton. So I mean, little by little, the scene is growing, and what makes me more excited about that is that a lot of the people who were involved in the techno scene are working together and trying to make things happen for our city right now.
Wow, that's amazing. A little bit about your career. What jobs did you do before you became a techno DJ and producer?
Well, actually, before I was a producer, I'm actually still doing it. I'm in the IT profession, so I work a lot with computers. So I work currently at the Art Institute of Chicago, and I'm an IT manager there. And basically, it's pretty exciting stuff that we do over there. I mean, we do a lot of cutting edge technology, and we work a lot with students and what programs they're going to be using in the future. What programs they're going to be using, and it makes me really happy to see that we're involved in their lives and what they're going to be doing for their future. So there's a lot of art and a lot of technology involved in that.
Perfect. We also want to know, how do you end up producing, and how do you fall into electronic music?
Well, what I use for producing, basically, I use a few things. Anything that I can get my hands on, like Ableton, Logic. I play a lot with sound. I just basically use as much as I can. To me, a DAW is a DAW, so it doesn't really matter. I just like to experiment with sounds, and I think that in itself, it's just a question of how it flows after I start from the beginning. So there isn't really a method that I really use to make music. It just flows.
Great. We really love your sound because we think it's really powerful, but how would you describe your sound?
My sound, actually, it varies. A lot of people, I feel they tend to stick with what's going on or what's in. For me, I never really had a sound. I feel a lot of people always tell me that, oh, it sounds like a Submerge track. It sounds kind of like he made it or blah blah blah. But for me, it's more so. I like elements of everything. So I grew up in Chicago, so I like house music in itself. So I mean, I also love techno. So for me, when something sounds just even funky or housey, I'll go with that. Or if something sounds really techy or like a lot of mech noises, I'm into that too. So for me, it's I'm all over the place. So it doesn't matter. I don't really have a style, but I don't know. I guess a lot of people would say that I'm more of a I guess techno producer.
Oh, great. And what do you prefer, DJing or producing?
I started off as a DJ first with vinyl. So I really love to perform. So I feel that I have a really great connection with the people when I'm out there performing. So when I'm looking at them and I'm seeing them have a good time, that in itself really excites me. But at the same time, I love producing, and it actually distresses me because I'm constantly working. So sometimes I need to be in a zone and just left alone in a room, and for me, that in itself just distresses me from all the stress that I deal with. Maybe just work or what's going on in my life, because everything's just constantly moving for me.
Whoa, that's great. We want to know what inspires your work.
What inspires me? I think it had to do with the way my family raised me. I mean, I have there's a lot going on in my family. There's the artistic aspect of it, and then there's the musician aspect of it. So there's a lot of artists in my family, and there's also a lot of, like I said, a lot of musicians. My dad was in a band, and he actually, when I was 5, taught me how to play multiple instruments. He would play the keyboard, accordion, and drums. So he was very musically inclined with different instruments, and I actually was really into drumming and singing. So I remember when I was like around 6, he just sat me down in front of everyone, and he had been teaching me how to drum with his band, and I started actually drumming and performing with them. And then after that, my uncle, who was into 80s music, new wave, like synth pop, like Front 242, that actually inspired me a lot, and I got into like synth pop, and after that I just wanted to start producing and really getting involved in it. So I mean, I think there's a lot of inspiration that really has pushed me towards where I've gone and how I am actually doing now. So yeah.
That's really amazing. And I want to know your opinion about there's people that is producing nowadays that they don't know how to play any instrument.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that scene? Because I think it's like the new generation of techno producers. Do you think it's important to know how to play an instrument for better tracks or something?
I think it helps. I think musically it helps them, but my suggestion to them would be to keep trying and listening, and don't let people tell you to stick to one sound. Like if you're listening to different groups, just take pieces and really listen to them, and maybe add them as your element, or elements to your music. And I mean, a lot of what I went through when I was growing up, I didn't really get advice from people. I mean, I feel like I was a lot on my own actually, and what I did was I would listen to different types of music, and a lot of people would tell me, well, that doesn't really go with what you're doing. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I think the more you listen, the more you're diverse, the better, because you're gonna sound different and you're gonna be set apart from all the other musicians.
Yeah, that's true. And talking about your productions, with which elements you start a new track?
I start. I think earlier. I may have answered a little quickly, but I think more so. It really just is. for me, it starts with a flow. I can either start with a kick. I can start with some machine sounds. I always want to start differently, only because I want my music to always sound different. I don't want it to constantly sound the same, because if it sounds the same, it's just gonna really get boring at that point. So I just use a bunch of different sounds, and I think that I just flow with it from that point on.
Great. And in the places that you've been, what is your favorite or most inspirational place?
2 places, actually. I love playing out, but actually, let's make that 3. One would be when I just came back from Korea. That was pretty inspirational. I met a lot of great friends there. Germany, I love Germany. Just because a lot of what I do, I just feel that they have a deep appreciation for, I don't know, being diverse and being open to different elements and styles of music. Another one, of course, I've been to Mexico on vacation, so it's gonna be Mexico for sure, just because it's where I'm from. So I think that's in there too for sure.
Wow, that's great. And a little bit about the future. What is next on your list of projects for this year?
I think a lot of people lately have been asking what's going on with Impact Mechanics. Well, I've taken a little bit of a break with the label, just because I don't want to be one of those labels that constantly releases every month. I'm very picky about what I do, so I thinking that it's going to be better than doing every month, just releasing periodically, just something that I can be really, really proud of. In terms of gigs, I have a lot of things coming up. I think after the gig tonight here in Mexico, I'm going to go next week to New York, and after that I will be performing again in Chicago, and then I will be gone for 2 weeks in Europe on a multiple country tour there. So there's a lot of things in place, and a lot of music that's going to be released by me pretty soon.
Wow, that's really great. We're really happy to be here with you. We're really happy that you are here in Mexico.
I'm very happy.
You're gonna perform. A lot of people has expecting this. So thank you for this interview.
Well, thank you too. I'm very happy to be here, and I hope I don't disappoint everyone tonight. But, all right then. Well, it was nice meeting you guys, and thank you for the interview.
Focus Techno.
Danger. Danger. Danger.
The best events, news, podcast, and interviews of techno music.